Hi, this is Ms. Harkness, and this video is for Eureka Module 6, Lesson 13, where we're going to take a look at two-way tables. So this is our final statistics and probability standard, where we're going to be looking at bivariate categorical data. So categories versus numbers, for examples. We'll talk about frequencies in this video, and then on the second video for Lesson 13, we'll talk a little bit more about relative frequency, but relative frequency is explicitly taught in Lesson 6:14. So here our definition says, if the data you collect is a set of numbers, you're collecting numerical data. If instead you collect data about the categories or groups to which people or objects belong, you're collecting categorical data. A two-way frequency table, that's what we're going to learn about today, is one way to display bivariate categorical data. It shows the total number of data points that fall into different categories. Now, since we're not in class, I can't survey the class as a whole, but this is an example of what a two-way table would look like. This particular table is comparing ice cream flavors versus like number of students. Right? So we've got number of students, that's category, and then we've got these ice creams. So I'm going to pause this for a second and just put in some pretend numbers. Oftentimes you'll see a two-way table initially has tally marks. It's a great way to kind of keep track of data as you're doing your experiment, but then ultimately we would want to write in the actual numbers. So 5 people picked chocolate, 2 people picked strawberry, 8 people picked vanilla, for a total of 15. So this question said, which ice cream flavor do most students prefer? According to the data I made up, is vanilla. Which ice cream flavor do the fewest students prefer? That would be strawberry. Super easy. Here's a little more detailed two-way table. It's comparing gender, boys and girls, and then whether they agree or disagree. So it says, Lucia asked 50 8th grade students, that's why that's our total, if they agreed or disagreed with a proposed plan to start the school day at a later time. She also recorded whether each student responding was a boy or a girl. The two-way table, frequency table, shows her data. Make several observations. What do you notice about the data? Write 2 sentences. So just kind of think about what your sentences might be. Pause the video while you're thinking and then hit play. So this is what I came up with. I observed that more girls were asked. 30 girls were asked compared to 20 boys. But then the data is almost an even split. 26 people agree that the day should start later, and 24 disagree. If it was 25-25, it would be an even split. The last piece I want to show us today here at exercise 2, and then we'll pick up here with the tips and the remaining notes on Thursday's lesson, on the second part of lesson 13. So the prompt here says, classify each data set as numerical or categorical. Well, this is obviously categories. This is numerical. And this would be categorical. So for this next piece, for lesson 6:13, you are going to be making your own two-way table. So there's 2 parts to it. There's a Google form there where we, as your math teachers, are surveying you to ask about your pets at home. Do you have just cats? Do you have just dogs? Do you have neither cats nor dogs? Or do you have both? So you're going to answer that prompt on the Google form. The second piece is that 6.13 student survey. As you're reading through the directions, you'll see that you're going to pick 2 would you rather, like would you rather this or would you rather that, prompts, and then you're going to survey a certain number of people depending on if you get the modified assignment or the regular assignment. All right, so after you've watched this video, you should go do those 2 things, and that's all that you have to do for Tuesday's part of lesson 6:13.